Good evening. Welcome to the Mind of STEM channel right here on YouTube, where you get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. I'm your host, Leon Jones, and in this segment, we are going to talk about kinesiology. Now, kinesiology is very important because it deals with the study of human or non human body movement. So, the title of tonight's video is What do you think about kinesiology? What do you think about kinesiology? Now, kinesiology is the scientific study of human or non human body movement. Kinesiology addresses the physiological, biomechanical, and psychological dynamic principles and mechanisms of movement. Now, applications of kinesiology to human health, i.e., human kinesiology, include biomechanics and orthopedics, strength and conditioning, sports psychology, methods of rehabilitation such as physical and occupational therapy, sport and exercise. Studies of human and animal motion include measures for motion tracking systems, electrophysiology of muscle and brain activity, various methods for monitoring physiological function, and other behavioral and cognitive research techniques. Now, the word comes from the Greek kinesis, movement, itself from to move, and logia, study. Now, kinesiology again is the study of human and non-human animal body movements, performance, and function by applying the sciences of biomechanics, anatomy, physiology, psychology, and neuroscience. Applications of kinesiology is a human health correction. Applications of kinesiology in human health include physical education, teacher, rehabilitation, health and safety, health promotion, workplace, sport, and exercise industries. Now, a bachelor's degree in kinesiology can provide a strong preparation for graduate study in biomedical research as well as in professional programs such as medicine. Whereas the term kinesiologist is neither a licensed nor professional designation in the United States nor most countries, with the exception of Canada. Individuals with training in this area can teach physical education, provide consulting services, conduct research, and develop policies related to rehabilitation, human motor performance, ergonomics, and occupational health and safety. Now, in North America, kinesiologists may study to earn a Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, or Doctorate of Philosophy degree in kinesiology, or a Bachelor of Kinesiology degree, while in Australia or New Zealand, they are often conferred an Applied Science, Human Movement degree or higher. Many doctoral level faculty in North America, which North American kinesiology programs in college, receive their doctoral training in related disciplines such as neuroscience, mechanical engineering, psychology, and physiology. Of course, the world's first kinesiology department was launched at the University of Waterloo, which is in Canada, in 1967. Now, adaptation through exercise is a key principle of kinesiology that relates to improved fitness in athletes as well as health and wellness in clinical populations. Exercise is simple and established intervention from many movement disorders and musculoskeletal conditions due to neuroplasticity of the brain and the adaptivity of musculoskeletal system. Therapeutic exercise has been shown to improve neuromotor control and motor capabilities in both normal and pathological populations. Now, there are many different types of exercise interventions that can be applied in kinesiology to athletic, normal, and clinical populations. Aerobic exercise interventions help to improve cardiovascular endurance. Anaerobic strength programs can increase muscular strength, power, and lean body mass. Decreased risk of falls and increased neuromuscular control can be attributed to balance intervention programs. Now, flexibility programs can increase functional range of motion and reduce the risk of injury. Now, as a whole, exercise programs can reduce symptoms of depression and the risk of cardiovascular and metabolic diseases. Additionally, they can help to improve quality of life, sleeping habits, immune system function, as well as body composition. Now, the study of physiological responses to physical exercise and their therapeutic applications is known as exercise physiology, which is an important area of research within kinesiology. Now, neuroplasticity is also a key scientific principle used in kinesiology to describe how movement and changes in the brain are related. Now, the human brain adapts and acquires new motor skills based on this principle, which includes both adaptive and maladaptive brain changes. Now, recent empirical evidence indicates that significant impact of physical activity on brain function, for example, greater amounts of physical activity are associated with enhanced cognitive function in older adults. The effects of physical activity can be distributed throughout the whole brain, such as higher gray matter density and white matter integrity after exercise training, and or on specific brain areas such as greater activation in prefrontal cortex and hippocampus. Neuroplasticity is also the underlying mechanism of skill acquisition. For example, after long-term training, pianists showed greater gray matter density in sensorimotor cortex and white matter integrity in the internal capsule compared to non-musicians. Now, maladaptive plasticity is defined as neuroplasticity with negative effects or detrimental consequences in behavior. Movement abnormalities may occur among individuals with brain injuries due to abnormal remodeling in the central nervous system. Learned non-use is an example commonly seen among patients with brain damage such as stroke. Patients with stroke learn to suppress paretic limb movement after unsuccessful experience in paretic hand use. This may cause decreased neuronal activation at adjacent areas of the infarcted motor cortex. Now, there are many types of therapies that are designed to overcome maladaptive plasticity in clinic and research, such as constraint-induced movement therapy known as CIMT, body weight support treadmill training, which is BWSTT, and virtual reality therapy. Now, these interventions are shown to enhance motor function in paretic limbs and stimulate cortical reorganization in patients with brain damage. Now, again, when it comes to motor redundancy is a widely used concept in kinesiology and motor control, which states that for any task the human body can perform, there are effectively an unlimited number of ways the nervous system can achieve that task. Now, this redundancy appears at the redundancy appears at multiple levels in the chain of motor execution. Now, kinematic redundancy means that for a desired location of the endpoint, example, the hand or finger, there are many configurations of the joints that would produce the same endpoint location in space. Now, muscle redundancy means that the same net joint torque can be generated by many different relative contributions of individual muscles. Motor unit redundancy means that for the same net muscle force could be generated by many different relative contributions of motor units within that muscle. Now, the concept of motor redundancy is explored in numerous studies, usually with the goal of describing the relative contribution of a set of motor elements, example, muscles, in various human movements and how these contributions can be predicted from a comprehensive theory. Now, two distinct but not incompatible theories have emerged for how the nervous system coordinates redundant elements, simplification and optimization. Now, in the simplification theory, complex movements and muscle actions are constructed from simpler ones, often known as primitives or synergies, resulting in a simpler system for the brain to control. Now, in the optimization theory, motor actions arise from the minimization of a control parameter, such as the energetic cost of movement or errors in movement performance. Now, in Canada, kinesiology is a professional designation as well as an area of study. Now, in the province of Ontario, the scope has been officially defined as the assessment of human movement and performance and its rehabilitation and management to maintain, rehabilitate, or enhance movement and performance. Now, kinesiologists work in a variety of roles as health professionals. They work as rehabilitation providers in hospitals, clinics, and private settings, working with populations needing care for musculoskeletal, cardiac and neurological conditions. They provide rehabilitations to persons injured at work and in vehicular accidents. Kinesiologists also work as functional assessment specialists, exercise therapists, ergonomics, return to work specialists, case managers, and medical legal evaluators. They can be found in the hospital, long-term clinic, work in community settings. Additionally, kinesiology is applied in areas of health and fitness for all levels of athletes, but more often found with training of elite athletes. Now, of course, in Canada, kinesiology again has been designated as a regulated health profession in Ontario. Kinesiology was granted the right to regulate in the province of Ontario in the summer of 2007, and similar proposals have been made for other provinces. The College of Kinesiologists of Ontario achieved proclamation on April 1st, 2013, at which the professional title kinesiologist became protected by law. Now, in Ontario, only members of the college may call themselves a registered kinesiologist. Individuals who have earned degrees in kinesiology can work in research, the fitness industry, clinical settings, and industrial environments. They also work in cardiac rehabilitation, health and safety, hospital and long-term care facilities, and community centers, just to name a few. Now, health service. Now, when it comes to health promotion, kinesiologists work in the health promotion industry. They work with individuals to enhance the health, fitness, and well-being of the individual. Kinesiologists can be found working in the fitness facilities, personal training, corporate wellness facilities, and industry. Now you have your clinical rehabilitation. Kinesiologists work with the individuals with disabling conditions to assist in regarding their optimal physical function. They work with individuals in their home, fitness facilities, rehabilitation clinics, and at the work site. They also work alongside physiotherapists and occupational therapists. Then you have ergonomics. Kinesiologists work in the industry to assess suitability of design of workstations and provide suggestions for modifications and assistive devices. Health and safety. Kinesiologists are involved in consulting with industry to identify hazards and provide recommendations and solutions to optimize the health and safety of workers. Disability management, case coordination. Kinesiologists recommend and provide a plan of action to return an injured individual to their optimal function in all aspects of life. Health education. Kinesiologists working in health education teach people about behaviors that promote wellness. They develop and implement strategies to improve health of individuals and communities. Now, community health workers collect data and discuss health concerns with members of specific populations or communities. Athletic training. Kinesiologists working in athletic training work in cooperation with physicians. Athletic trainers strive to prevent athletes from suffering injuries. Again, kinesiologists working in athletic training work, they work in cooperation with physicians. So when it comes to athletic trainers, they strive to prevent athletes from suffering more injuries, diagnose them as if they suffered an injury, and apply the appropriate treatment. Now you have athletic coaches and scouts, which kinesiologists who pursue a career as an athletic coach can develop new talent and guide an athlete's progress in a specific sport. They teach amateur or professional athletes the skills they need to succeed at their sport. Now, many coaches are also involved in scouting. Scouts look for new players and evaluate their skills and likelihood for success at the college, amateur, or professional level. Then you have what we call your gym or PE or your physical education teacher. Kinesiologists working as physical education teachers are responsible for teaching fitness, sports, and health. They help students stay both mentally and physically fit by teaching them to make healthy choices. Now, the history of kinesiology. The Royal Central Institute of Gymnastics, GCI, was founded in 1813 in Stockholm, Sweden by Per Henrik Ling. It was the first physiotherapy school in the world, training hundreds of medical gymnasts who spread the Swedish physical therapy around the entire world. Now in 1887, Sweden was the first country in the world to give a national state license to physical therapists. Now the Swedish medical gymnast and kinesiologist Carl August Georgi, professor at the Royal Gymnastics Central Institute, GCI, in Stockholm, Sweden, was the one who created and coined the new international word kinesiology in 1854. Again, the term kinesiology is the literal translation to Greek English from the original Swedish word rörelse, meaning movement science. It was the foundation of medical gymnastics and the original physiotherapy and physical therapy developed for over 100 years in Sweden, of course, starting in the year of 1813. Now, the new term or the new medical therapy created in Sweden was originally rörelse and later in 1854 translated to the new and invented word kinesiology. The kinesiology consisted of nearly 2,000 physical movements and 50 different types of massage therapy techniques. They were all used to affect various dysfunctions and even illnesses, not only in the movement apparatus, but also in the internal physiology of man. Thus, the original classical and traditional kinesiology was not only a system of rehabilitation for the body or biomechanics like in modern academic kinesiology, but also a new therapy for relieving and curing diseases by affecting the autonomic nervous system, organs, and glands in the body. Now, in 1886, the Swedish medical gymnast Niels Pose, from 1862 to 1895, introduced the term kinesiology in the United States. Niels Pose was a graduate of the Royal Gymnastic Central Institute in Stockholm, Sweden, and the founder of the Pose Gymnasium in Boston, Massachusetts. He was teaching at the Boston Normal School of Gymnastics. The Special Kinesiology of Education Gymnastics was the first book ever written in the world with the word kinesiology in the title of the book. It was written by Niels Pose and published in Boston in 1894 and 1895. Now, when we deal with technology, Kinesiology also has technology. Motion capture technology has application in measuring human movement and thus kinesiology. Historically, motion capture labs have recorded high fidelity data. While accurate and credible, these systems can come at a high capital and high operational cost. Modern day systems have increased accessibility to monocap technology. Again, when we deal with kinesiology, understand that kinesiology is the study of human and non-human animal body movements, performance, and functioning by applying the science of biomechanics, anatomy, physiology, psychology, and neuroscience. And that concludes this segment right here on the Mind of STEM channel. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. Also, check out my other channel, the 401 Talk Zone radio show. It's also here on YouTube, and you can also check out my Blog Talk radio show. Now, if you cannot find me on Blog Talk Radio and YouTube, check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Once again, thank you for viewing the Mind of STEM channel. This topic of kinesiology right here on YouTube. Of course, once again, my name is Leon Jones. Y'all have a wonderful and gracious evening. God bless you and be safe. And I will be back with another episode right here on the Mind of STEM channel, where I give you a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math.